Hi, my name is Liza Engel, and I am the Chief People Officer of Deloitte Switzerland. I am passionate about many things, one of which is people and how they can have a greater impact at work.
Well, dear Liza, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. So you are the Chief People Officer at Deloitte Switzerland. Tell me, what does this title mean to you?
This title means a lot to me. I love the name. I was once told I spend too much time focusing on people. That was in a former role. And I made it my business. I put myself where my passion is. And it's all about caring for people at work, that they can do what they need to do in the best possible way. And I think that's a great job to have.
Yes, and I think people sounds much warmer than resources or like the classical HR role description. So what do you think, or how do you bring people together when you care so much about your people?
Bringing people together is a really key thing. Actually, I'll start to answer that question with a story. One of my first jobs was in a chamber of commerce, and I was about probably 25 years younger than the other gentlemen. And what do I have in common with these individuals? And I learned very quickly in these networking events, Chamber of Commerce is about bringing people together, making business, improving things. And very quickly the power of connecting people and introducing people together. So connecting people on ideas, finding diverse groups of individuals who can solve complex problems that we have today. I am very passionate about that topic, and I think often to the beginnings of my career where I started to learn the trades of connecting people.
But talking about your career, you have a very unusual background compared to other HR, more classy HR people, I would say. Tell me more about your background.
Sure. So my background, as you said, I have not been for 20 or 30 years in HR. My background is specifically in communications, concretely brand communications, brand strategy. I've had various different functions in other organizations in that regard, and became very interested in the whole concept of leadership. How many of us have had teams where at the coffee machine you hear people complaining about their bosses and leadership and how they don't get it? And imagine that missed potential for organizations to be more effective. And so that's where my journey began. Moved on further to that to organizational design, and specifically agile organizational design. How can you move a gigantic cruise ship as these speedboats are flying by? And that led me to the topic of people, so formally called, as you said, human resources. How can we get the most out of people as leaders, as structurally? And that has been my way, and I'm actually quite proud to have an unusual background.
How did your background has helped you in your role as Chief of People?
To be able to work with people, you have to get them and understand them, what motivates them, what insights. And so good communications is all about an insight. What is a human truth that we're trying to address? So that's certainly a key that has helped me along my way. And then, having an idea and enabling or trying to enable a workforce to get behind that idea, that has a lot to do with communications and how you speak with them. Understanding the business, if you're in human resources, it's all about getting to know your business, that you can put yourself in their shoes and be able to do your job in a better way. Those are all very much closely linked to communications roles. And then certainly in this year of Corona, this past year of Corona, I was very happy to have that background to help me be able to tackle some of the challenges that we had.
Talking about this very special year, like the 2020 Corona year that we have experienced, what are you proud of? What did really go well in regards of this challenging situation?
There are some things that I'm incredibly proud of. In reflection, maybe in that moment, we were just it was a crisis, right? This happened from one week to the next. My calendar went from 10% topics about COVID to 90, 100%. That's how drastic it was. And my background, I mentioned, is in agile organizational design. So I've been working with my team over the last 2 years. How can we be more agile? How can we be more client focused? How can we train our capabilities and our structural ways of working to be adaptive? How can we handle whatever the world throws at us? Well, we had a perfect example to use our skills that we've been working on for that. And I'm super proud of my team and how they tackled that. And the other aspect that I'm proud of is, again, with my communications background, how do you navigate this? How do you explain to your people about some of the really difficult decisions that we did have to make? And doing it in a timely manner, doing it in a transparent manner, making fair decisions. Those are some of the principles that we had that I can use the word proud.